Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
Well, all right.
If you're not following us on Twitter, you need to do that. It's Pat and JT, because later today, a poll is going up because apparently what we talked about in yesterday's episode is getting a little bit of traction. The fact that I should be cutting your hair during COVID-19, during the quarantine.
Not a chance.
And I think that we should throw it out to the people. I'll watch all the YouTube videos you want me to watch. We'll do it on Facebook Live.
I did just this morning say I've got to cut my bangs again because they're like to the point where they'll reach my ponytail, so they're just hanging in my face and they're driving me crazy.
Yeah.
And the ends of my hair, I mean, my hair is just way too long. It's just a mess.
I know.
But something else, before we get any further too, we have a guest on the pod today. Jed Burks is in with us.
Hi, Jed.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hi, good.
Jed and I don't have to worry about haircuts because we are both bald and just shave in the shower, I assume, correct? Not together, but we shave in the shower. It's like these people all complaining about haircuts. It's like, what? What's the big deal?
I don't even want to
What you're
hear.
talking
I
about.
have no clue.
So many, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for someone else to wash my hair. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for someone else to cut my hair.
All you gotta do is ask.
Nope.
Jed's here.
Social distancing.
Jed has his van.
We're going to continue with the social distancing. I'm sorry. But yeah, I cannot wait. And something else I figured.
I'll wash your hair.
No. Oh, God.
Hey, whatever.
That just makes my skin crawl.
Mine too, actually. For charity, I give all the money to charity.
Which one of you would moan more?
I don't. I think we'd all both be crying.
I would be
We sobbing
puddle. I would
through
be.
tears.
Oh, God, this is awful.
No, that's definitely your no square. Hey, don't touch me
You are
there.
fully in.
Yeah, it is.
You are.
Don't touch my hair. That's my no
That's
square.
my no square.
But so follow us on Twitter because I'm gonna throw that poll up there because I'll never end up cutting her hair.
No.
But I want to see what people think.
Well, you know what they're going to do now.
What? Well, I think they would have done it anyway.
I think so,
Challenge.
too, right? We already got emails about it. That's what.
Yeah, we did.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But real quick, just to introduce yourself as because you're still a working man.
I am.
You're an essential employee.
That's the first time in my life I've ever been told that.
You are. You are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I work for the post office, so we're still out there doing our thing, and a lot less mail because obviously businesses are closed and stuff like that. But we're still working.
Yeah. That's just so. I got to ask. I found this article, and I'm sure you've probably already seen it. It was written by a UPS guy, and it's anonymous. But it fits all of y'all. And he's found during the quarantine that there are basically 5 types of customers since the Rona.
Yikes.
He has Steve, who's been waiting for this moment his whole life. He's been drinking Boilermaker since 10 in the morning in his recliner, and his AR is within arm's reach.
He is loving life.
6 months provisions in the basement and a bug out bag buried in the woods behind his house. Okay, so he's ready to go. Then it says Steve will survive this, and he will probably kill you if he needs to. Brad is standing in his window wearing skinny jeans and a Patagonia t-shirt. He's mad because there's no organic tomatoes at Whole Foods today. Brad will not survive. Nancy.
Brad will get eaten by the first guy.
Steve will probably eat him.
Yeah.
That's what it says. That's great, Pat.
Did it say that? Really? Oh, really? At least he knows he'll be eating pure,
Right?
like clean.
He's organic.
Yeah.
Nancy, number 3. She's sprayed everything with thieves oil, bought all the Clorox wipes, hand sanitizer, toilet paper, meat, and bread from the local grocery store, quarantined her kids, sprays them with a mixture of the thieves, lavender, and mint essentials every day, 6-foot rule. The list goes on. She'll probably last longer than Brad, but not Steve.
Okay.
Karen. There's always a Karen.
Always a Karen.
She's called everybody and read them the latest news on the Rona. She asked for the manager at Food Lion, Walmart, Publix, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, and Vons all before noon, demanding more toilet paper. Karen will not survive longer than Brad. Finally, there's Mary. Mary's sitting in the swing watching her kids have a water balloon fight in the front yard as she's on her 4th glass of wine.
I see that one a lot out on the street.
Do you? Yeah. You know what's in that Yeti when they're out walking.
Absolutely.
It's like, I'm just going to get through. That's how we're going to do it. It says that Mary will probably survive and marry Steve.
More than likely.
Yeah, may God have mercy on
Well,
us.
yeah, so is that pretty accurate with the people that you run into?
Most of them, the thing is like there's so many people. One of my first days at work during orientation, they told us, obviously that was coming up on 5 years ago next week. Wow. We weren't dealing with all this stuff, but at the same time, they told us there are times where you will be the only person somebody sees in a day, and mostly that's elderly waiting for their medication and stuff like that. But now, obviously, it's a little more prevalent with not just the elderly; it's people just being inside.
Yeah.
Like my mom, she's semi-retired. She's told a couple people recently that there are days that go by, she lives by herself, where it'll hit like 5 p.m. and realize she hasn't spoken a word all day.
Wow.
And, that tells me that I need to call her more. But, it's just...
Yeah. Well, but still, yeah.
The other side of that coin is me. I talk to myself all day long.
She didn't care.
But so like when we show up and we deliver and people come to the door, it's like there's times, when this first was really kicking in, everybody was like, we appreciate you coming out to say hi, but at the same time, just stay inside. We're good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I had people like that, and there were times when in my head I'm like, kind of hold off on a distance, but at the same time, it's like as I'm handing the mail, I'm not going to say no, back off. I'll be like, here and just move on and say hi and whatever else. But
it's very awkward. The whole thing is very awkward. It's very, very awkward.
You go to everybody's house.
Yeah. But as far as the job, I get people that say thank you for doing what you're doing, and I say thank you, I appreciate it, but the job hasn't changed for me. It's still just getting up every day like always and doing your work. I just feel really weird saying thank you because I'm not saving anybody's life. I'm not. I'm not wearing the masks at a hospital and things like that.
I get what you're saying, but it's still you're like the face of the public. I mean, to them, it's like somebody to see, and you're bringing stuff to them, whether it's just another flyer from Don Bacon. Or whatever it may be. And God, they're still sending those mailers out, man.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? They're still sending those.
Political season is the worst.
Oh, I bet.
And it never stops anymore.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like 365.
Right now it's starting the political season and the census stuff. You get a thing for the census, I think, every single day.
Yeah. I did mine
I don't understand.
and they stopped. I'm just going to tell you.
I did mine a month ago and I've gotten 2 already at my house.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything since, so I did do mine right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, at first when I got it, I thought it was spam. I was like, oh, sure, you want me to put my information on your website? I don't think so, .gov. I'm like, because everybody's out to get me.
.guv.
The thing I don't understand about the political things, though, is how many people have ever grabbed one of those out of their mailbox, looked at it and said, you know what, that just changed my opinion.
I don't think they do.
Never.
It's like name recognition. It's like you just
never.
If you see a name, it's and some of these races, not like the big ones, obviously, but you see enough of somebody's name on a fence, and then you recognize it on the ballot. You're like, oh, whatever. I don't know.
And then like directly in the trash.
Judges, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's either that. Either it increases how you felt about them before. So if you hated him, you really hate him because it's like, would you quit mailing me crap?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And if you like him, yes, sir, go get him,
You
big
got
boy.
it, yo.
Yeah.
And for me, whether I get it in my mailbox or not, I have to see them every day.
Every day.
1,000 of them. And it's just
drive
like,
me.
come on.
We've gone a week or so before we were like sitting on a Saturday and go, we haven't checked the mail in a week. So if that happens, so do you ever think like, oh my gosh, are they dead? Or do I need to do a well check on them? Or
Well, it depends. I mean, there are people that, are the elderly and stuff like that, or they get a lot of medication that.
See, and that's where you are. That's why you're essential is because of that. Because there are people that, like you said, that you are their point of contact daily.
Yeah.
So if there's a way that you could, something's off.
But 90% of the time when the mailbox is full, I just, that's on you.
Shove more in it.
Well, I either try to get it back, still some more in there and fold it up and whatever, or I just take it back to the station and we just hold it.
Yeah. That's crazy. Do you pretty much know the faces behind all your mailboxes?
I can't say that I do. The majority of us do. What I am is I'm called a swing guy. So I have 5.
Okay.
I have 5 routes that I do every week. So I fill in when the regular has their day off.
So you see a lot of people.
So I'm not good with names in general. So me having 5 different routes, I can't remember everybody's name.
I wonder because it's like I notice it's weird is the way the postman when somebody different does the mail, completely different styles.
Absolutely,
it's crazy. You never realize there's a style.
It is.
There's a style.
I get people that ask me stuff all the time. They're like, "Well, why did he? My mailman?" I'm like, "Well, maybe it was his day off."
Yep.
We have different people that do it when on their day off. Whether it's somebody like myself or they took a other random day off where I couldn't do it, then somebody new did it.
And I know it's a federal offense to open mail, but like, have you ever wanted to open someone's mail? Like, I know what's in there. I want to see so bad.
See the return
the
address?
magazines that are covered in plastic wrap. Yeah, I want to open those
Heck
all the
yeah,
time.
you do.
Or the suggestive return address.
That's right.
Oh, there's a lot of those. How can I phrase this?
Adult.
Very
type?
adult, and even on the outside, you're like, man, this should probably be covered. But I mean, I'm like, and they're just envelopes wanting you to get certain pills.
yes.
Mentality
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure you do see some stuff.
Oh, I bet you see some.
You know,
Okay, so
oh,
what
that
about
White
like,
House on the corner? For
I can tell you a couple of addresses that get them every week. So,
I love that.
hello quarantine.
That's right.
oh, this was way before that. Way before that.
So, the old stereotype, the old whatever, it's not stereotype, whatever. Postmen v. dogs. How often
yeah.
do you run into what is that? It's not a stereotype. It's tail. The what? Do you guys? Do you have any issues with dogs? Like, you know what I mean?
So our rule is that if we go by a yard that has a dog in it, you just don't deliver it. No, I mean there
Which
are
makes
some
sense to me.
Yeah.
Whether it's just sitting there, panting and
Yeah.
looks calm. Because I have approached some of those, and then I get 5 feet from them, and they come after me.
Yeah.
I did get bit once a couple of years ago. Nothing terrible, but that was an adventure because she yelled at me like, "My dog wouldn't do that." It's like, well, the blood running down my leg says otherwise.
Legit
I
just
didn't-
did.
Like, I don't know what to tell you, lady. Well, show me, prove it. I don't need to prove a
my
damn
God.
thing to you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But basically, the rule is if there's a dog out, unless a lot of the regulars, they will know some of these dogs. Like if I go to a house and I'm talking to the owner and the dog's right there and I'm petting it, I will probably in the future go to that house if the dog's out.
You have a
'Cause-
history with it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a few that you just go right past and maybe deliver the mail the next day. I mean, it's just.
it's interesting.
Are you married?
I used to be.
Okay, so some of those old adult films where the postman comes in and
Never
ding
seen
dong and it never. And
you have to be more specific. Pat. He's never seen him.
I'll get more specific. as we
I
go.
also used to deliver pizza, so I know
You know what I'm talking about. So that whole has that ever been a situation where you don't have to get like completely explicit, but that you have been approached to make a delivery?
Kind of the Thunder Rolls kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of.
I'll let you decide.
What was the name of the Garth Brooks song? It wasn't the Thunder Rolls.
Papa killed Mama, or
No.
Mama killed Papa, or whatever.
No. It was the one about the woman and the delivery boy and the guy and
Yeah.
that summer.
Yeah,
that
That
summer.
Summer.
I think is the name of it. Yeah, something like that.
Listen to country.
Okay, never mind.
So have you ever had that vibe?
Not as a mailman.
as a
but
pizza,
as a pizza,
delivery?
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Talk about that.
please tell.
Well, I'm going to probably phrase this terribly, but
That's fine.
The bad part in quotes, is that when I was a pizza delivery driver, I was either dating or my now ex-wife or married. So I couldn't do anything about any of these situations that came up.
Right. Okay.
Temptation.
So of course, now looking back on it, I'm like, damn, I want to go back to being a pizza delivery.
Right.
But
little side hustle.
especially now, everybody's home. So hey,
That's hilarious.
no, I mean I've had a couple of hotel incidents where one girl comes to the door and there's another girl in the bed. And asked if I wanted to come in. I've had one girl with just a towel around her head and a very small towel around her waist. Come to the door.
Wow.
That one probably would have been a felony. But I was a lot younger at that time.
Exactly,
so,
exactly.
Whatever. She asked if I'd go get her cigarettes. I was like, hell yeah, if I can come back.
Yeah, that's right.
So I did.
Did you? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, I did.
Cigarettes. What else do you need?
That's awesome.
I had a handful of weed options.
Like in lieu of a tip or in lieu of.
Well, a little bit of one of my favorite stories. This guy, it was a snow day. Kids were at home, and these high school kids ordered some food, and this kid comes to the door. He's got basically his pants to his knees with his boxers on, no shirt on, and he orders a couple pizzas. It was like $24, and he hands me a $50 bill. And typically we don't take bills that big, but I was like, whatever. And so what I always do is I take the money, hand him the pizza, and then give them the change back. And as I hand him the pizza, I hear a dude in the background going, ask him. And I can tell that he's high as hell.
Yeah.
And he kind of starts doing the stoner giggle. And and I'm like, oh, crap, here we go. And so all of a sudden he goes, hey, you want to come in and smoke a bowl with us? I go, nah, I'm good, man. I got to go back to work. I got a couple more deliveries. He's like, oh, all right, that's cool, man. See you later.
That was it?
I never gave him he never asked for his change back. So I got a $26 tip on a
Nice.
$24 order.
Hey.
So I got back to the store and I go, this dude, it was so high. He thinks that I walked in and smoked a bowl with him and he has no idea. He's not going to miss that money. And even then he's not going to remember where
That
it
is
was.
awesome.
Oh my God. I thought he was going to did you ever have like underage ask you to go buy some liquor?
I never,
like that.
I never
I
had
think
that.
Yeah,
Did you do that?
No, I didn't drink until I was like 24.
33 for me.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not making
That's
up for
what
lost
that's
time.
what a
but-
divorce does. A little bit.
Yeah, well, yeah. That'll do that for you.
It's either the cause or the effect.
Yes.
Right? One or the other. That's one
Okay,
or
so
the
and
other.
also, do you drive one of the little delivery
Little trucks?
or like
Mainly
big?
I drive the big vans.
So those little guys, it is crazy to me that you can see those in the winter, even when there's a lot of snow. That those little guys get up and down the street. I have no idea. They
Not in the
don't.
snow, no.
Oh, I've
They're
I've
terrible.
seen them out in the
They're
snow
out,
before.
but they may not be getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're bad.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have like a winter vehicle for the northern states.
It's the government.
It's still really awkward to drive on the other side of the vehicle.
I bet.
that's-
Yeah, was
be.
that tough to get used to?
Yes. And then now, like when I first started, that's like all I drove. And now I drive the big vans and stuff. And so then when I have to get into one of these other ones, when like the van's in the shop or something, I will feel myself going down the road and like drifting over to your typical line of sight.
Right.
And I'll
The
feel
middle of the
myself
road.
drifting over and I'm like, oh crap, I'm on, over the line.
I've got to be on the shoulder, not in the middle.
I mean, I understand why it's
Yeah.
designed that way, but you mean you're a postman. You should be able to just have a normal vehicle and just drive on the other side of the road, like you're driving down the street and just deliver.
I don't know if you know this, but driving on the wrong side of the street's illegal.
It is, but you're a federal.
think
You're
that's a good
you're a
idea.
federal. It's a federal vehicle. So like
It's not
it'd be.
a good idea.
It'd just be you'd see the car coming. if
Maybe
it
we
was
just
car
need to be
coming.
more like England.
No, well, no.
Their postmen don't have that problem.
That's that's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah,
I have a feeling. Is it that way in most countries? They drive on the wrong side?
I don't know.
I never thought about that before.
Yeah.
Because us, we don't do the metric system either. So we might as well do everything a little bit different.
Jamaica, they drive on all sides. They just drive.
They
There's
just
there aren't
drive.
even lines.
It's a path.
There aren't even lines. So are you? We were talking about this a couple weeks ago with.
Could you turn on
people.
that fan?
Yes, you a little warm. over
Sure.
there?
Yeah, it's just a little warm in here today. Thank you.
The Amazon people that deliver for Amazon, right? The Amazon
And
delivers.
the post office does too.
We do some. We
Some,
don't
okay.
do nearly as much because once Amazon started doing their deliveries.
Okay.
Do you ever get like if somebody get for like Jill and other people that like Amazon maybe before the quarantine, Amazon was everything like 10 boxes a week, whatever. Do you ever look at this and go, oh my God, this person, or like get a tiny box and you got to take it up to the door? Like, you kidding me? You can't go buy your own toothpicks at the store.
So I got one house on one of my routes that clearly collects DVDs.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I don't, still to this day, I don't know why, because DVDs aren't really a thing anymore.
Right.
But this person, every time I do this route once a week, 3 to 4 DVDs every single day.
Oh my gosh.
From like a Netflix sort of
Colombia?
No, he's buying. He's
them.
trying to get it like this
collection.
like the world's largest collection of DVDs that nobody's ever going to watch. I don't know. It's
Lord.
just- he literally gets.
it has to piss you off. You're like, dude, stop.
I wonder,
It's kind of more now. At first, it was like, holy crap, come on. But now it's kind of more of a game. Like, okay, how many am I going to have today when I walk in? Okay.
I like your attitude on that.
I do too. That's crazy. I'm sure there are some pretty interesting things.
But there are some people that they get a handful of packages every single
Yeah.
day. And again, before all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's a little bit more, especially Monday, we had crazy packages, but we all just kind of figured, well, everybody got their stimulus check on Wednesday and ordered a bunch of stuff, and now we all have these packages. on Monday.
Stimulating.
Yeah. Well, that's probably, I would assume too, people are ordering stuff they never ordered before because they're trying to stay home.
Or they had their eye on until they got the $1,200
Until they got
check.
the money. And then it'd be just about as irritating having the little box that you have to shake to the door as having the heavy box.
Yeah.
Because like I get my dog food. I'm not on your route. Don't worry.
But we get a lot of those, and those are the worst because they come in these big, bulky boxes that are just awkward as hell to carry.
They are. I have a video of the guy that delivered my dog food last time, and literally he just like a discus, and he just threw it at my porch.
Do you get one of the big bags or a smaller bag?
Big bag.
Oh, gosh.
Once a month.
Yeah, she's one of those.
Yeah, and he just walks up and he had it under his arm, and he just like spun and let it just, and it landed on the porch. I was I'm not feeling the love here.
And it surprises me with 99% of people having doorbell cameras that they would do that. Yeah.
I actually had somebody, one of my cousins sent me, so somebody posted one of those Ring doorbell videos on some neighborhood site, and my cousin sent it to me, and it was me.
Oh my God.
And so what I typically do, because I'm old and I got a bad back, I don't like to bend over very much. And so I had this little box, and what I'll do is I'll like drop it, but it'll kind of like run down my leg onto my foot.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense.
You know,
for
so
sure.
It's like whatever. And apparently they had, and I don't know what's in these packages. Obviously I can kind of figure out if it's breakable or not. You know, if I got a little bag that's squishy, it's probably clothes or something. So whatever. And I'll toss those, not like from the street, but I'll, kind of toss those from a little bit of a distance. But I was never going to toss this box from a distance. But I, like I said, I ran it down my leg, I hit my foot and went onto the ground. And in this video, this person is inside watching it and like, he just dropped my phone. And I'm like, I didn't know this until it happened. And so I got this video like 5 months later, and the person walked out as I was standing
As you were
there.
driving off?
No, as I was standing there, he walked out and grabbed the package. And he's like shaking it. I'll show you the video later.
Oh
but-
my
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I was like,
Do they realize during like the whole shipping process of loading it into the plane, into the truck,
if that
into
thing's
this,
broken, it's not because
it's
of
not
me.
because of you doing that. I mean, I get it. Like people, like somebody throwing it over a fence, or that's
course.
one thing.
I love
But
those
like
videos.
it's not like a soft process going through all the automation and the trucks and the planes. And
When
all
I'm
that
standing,
stuff.
my hand goes basically to my knee. So it's
Yeah.
about a 1.5 foot drop down my leg.
It's nothing.
That's not going to do
It's just somebody
anything.
looking to be mad at you for
And
something.
they stand inside and watch you do it.
Yeah.
Instead of coming out and
And of
meet you at
course, the
door.
headline is like, Postman throws my phone. I'm like, yeah, it's me.
Your fault. Want to take a second to thank American Heart Association for being a supporter of our podcast.
Absolutely. Really proud to be working with them and passing along some good information. Would you recognize the most common signs of a stroke? They're important to know.
Just remember, FAST. Face, arms, speech, and time. FAST.
Exactly. If one side of their face droops when they smile, if they can't keep both arms raised in the air, or their speech is slurred or strange, or you see any of those signs, call 911 immediately.
When it comes to a stroke, every second counts. My grandfather had a stroke, and I
Right.
realized that, and they got to him in time, and it helped.
It's all in just the simplest thing. Remember, FAST. Face, arms, speech, time.
Visit heart.org to learn more about how to prevent a stroke and recognizing the warning signs of a stroke.
How's the family doing with the quarantine? And we might point out too, you actually are kind of related, your family, because you went to school with Heidi.
I did.
And
Don't hold that against me.
I won't. And Heidi's been quarantining.
Yeah.
And we've been checking in with her every once in a while.
Yeah.
We zoom in on her, and she's in the bedroom, and Ryan's in the other room. And she says it's really weird right now. We eat together, and then we all go to our corners of the house, and we don't talk to each other after that. And it's
weird.
just the opposite of what it normally is like. It's normally, crazy, and then nobody's together to eat.
Yeah.
So you've got daughters.
I got 2 boys, 2 girls. The 2 girls are in high school. A lot like with Heidi, she has a senior in high school. I have a senior in high school. So, going through all of that,
Yes.
the disappointment of missing out on the end of your senior year. Graduation was supposed to be May 14th, so that's obviously not going to happen.
Are there any plans like right now? I know right now, like Heidi's kind of working on. She's still going to send out invitations. She's still going to and maybe try and get something put together so they can do something for
Yeah.
graduation. Same way with prom.
Yeah.
I imagine too. That was a real bummer.
I heard that OPS has like I think 3 days reserved at the beginning of August from Baxter Arena to maybe do.
Oh, that's
Fingers
cool.
crossed.
That's a good idea.
Fingers crossed, assuming things get better and everything else like that. That's
pretty
something,
awesome.
I've got an older son who's 21 who I was, being able to go through that graduation. I'm really disappointed that
Yeah.
potentially I can't see my daughter walk
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
At least from their side of it, I would think that disappointed for sure. But it's like they have a unique story that nobody else on
That's
this
the truth.
planet will ever have. That people
Yeah.
graduating this year, people doing things, wedding gets pushed back because it's like nothing will ever compare to that story. I mean,
and,
really.
And like my daughter, who's a senior, she was born 2 months before 9/11.
I was just going to ask you.
Like,
is that-
and now it's
It's like it's like bookended with
Yeah.
these events. Is she the one that's ROTC?
yeah.
Tell about her because she's pretty phenomenal. That's really amazing.
What do you want me to make me cry?
I know.
She's always been the mother of our group. Like I said, I got 4 kids, bookend, boy, girl, boy. And her entire life, she's just been the caretaker. And she's smart as hell, completely unlike her dad. And honestly, all my kids are. My oldest graduated with like a 3.8 GPA, and we always say he's the dumb one of the family because the other 3 are like crazy.
Oh wow.
She's got like a 4.5 GPA.
How's that even like what?
Yeah.
I thought 4 was it.
I don't know.
You didn't have to worry about it much. I know. I didn't.
You
have
add up all of my GPAs ever, and it won't add up to that. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't even understand why a 5 is failing during the semester, but a 4.0 is a great grade to have. Like
They go the opposite.
Right.
That's
I don't
true.
understand. See, I worry about. I think about
Mind
those
blown
things.
right there. Yeah.
And I'm glad that all of my kids are pretty smart because then when they ask me a question about homework, I can go, hey, go to one of those other ones.
Yeah.
And you know you're going to be well taken care of.
Yes. Absolutely.
They'll make good decisions.
But she's going to find out May 1st, I believe, on the Buffett Scholarship opportunity. She has, she won the Legion of Valor Award for the JROTC, which is like 1 out of every 2,000 ROTC students in the country get that. 1 of 2 in the state this year.
Nice.
The other girl was from Bryan. I wish I could remember her name, but
That's cool.
she's got all kinds of scholarship offers. She's one of those people that she does everything and then she'll tell me later on. I was under the impression that she was going to be going to Lincoln to join the National Guard and do the ROTC down there. But now apparently UNO is in the mix, and she actually just got called yesterday for the Creighton ROTC scholarship, where apparently there was 20 people up. They take the top 2. She was number 3. Well, one of the top 2 turned down the scholarship, so they just offered it
Awesome.
to
Oh
her.
my gosh.
That's huge. Well, congratulations to her.
so,
That's amazing.
So she's weighing her options.
Yeah.
She leaves me out of it, which is smart for her.
What's she want to do?
She kind of bounces around. She has always wanted to be a chiropractor for a long time. I think she'll probably stay somewhere in that aspect as far as physical. She wants to be a trainer now. She talked about that.
Is she looking to
something
do
like
more
that.
any more in the service at all, or just gonna?
I think the National Guard is probably going to be it.
That's cool. That's
But,
cool though.
yeah.
Super awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Congrats for throwing some smart foals.
I don't know how. I mean,
Good job.
I give all the credit to their moms.
That's it. That's
She's
all
a
right.
teacher. She's able to, help them out with all of that.
Man, I don't know. And okay, so,
So
there
you
go.
were just the eye candy in this, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, obviously.
Didn't need to do anything.
I might have used to be. but
Okay.
If you see my oldest son, he looks exactly like I did back then. So sure.
Okay. There you go. Good enough. Okay.
This is what he has to look forward to, though. There
you go.
That's the downside.
Yeah, you know what? When you meet a girl, look at her mom. That's what you know.
Yeah.
Same thing with the dad usually.
my
Yeah.
God.
So I weep for his future.
Oh my God.
Future Jed son.
At least he knows he's not going to have to get his hair cut.
Right.
No.
Man, I'm telling you, that is the greatest thing ever. I love it. Love it.
Okay, back to the beginning of the podcast. Other things that you miss during this time. I was just thinking about this last night, and I'm not a fan of this. I like the person. I don't like what he does, but I miss my dentist because I usually have a dental appointment like the first half of the
You
year.
have nobody. I don't think anybody has said that sentence.
You can't
since
go
it's
to the
hard.
dentist.
But I'm just saying, I don't think anybody has said I miss my dentist unless your dentist
Because I
is
like
like your
getting my
friend.
teeth cleaned.
Oh my
but
gosh.
don't you like getting your teeth
No.
cleaned?
I think my
I hate
headphones
it.
cut out as she said
I
that.
like
just 'cause
getting my teeth clean.
Like it was like no. I'm gonna Google and see if anybody has said that sentence in any publication except
See if it autofills.
who's like, oh my god, I so miss my dentist appointment.
My dentist appointment.
I'm like, I had an appointment
Because
to get
I
my
had-
tooth cleaning on March 3rd,
Yeah.
and they closed their offices 3 days before that. So I was like,
so happy.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm just saying.
If you Google that, has anybody ever asked that? They'll say why.
Right.
The
internet will-
Google will just say why.
All you dentists out there, I'm sorry, nobody loves you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
I
I'm
love
thinking
you as
of
people, but it's just, and that new thing that the dentists use, the water pick instead of the scraping, is awful.
It's
Absolute.
Really?
Yeah, because the first time I went, I used it, I didn't know any better, and the next time I went, I'm like, you can't use that. It's too painful.
Did you really? Do you use a water pick at home?
I don't know.
I have it on 10.
Yeah. Are you a
no, it feels good.
What's a sadist? A sadist means you like hurt yourself.
Sadist.
Is it masochist?
You hurt other people if you're a sadist.
Okay, so you're a masochist. You're
Yeah.
a tooth masochist.
And sadist comes after. That's because of Marquis de Sade. That's how I always have to remember that, because Marquis de Sade would hurt other people.
Got it. Okay.
That was his thing, was to hurt other people.
Yeah, so you sit in
It
the,
was a
you sit in the
fetish.
dentist chair and you're like, harder.
God no, I don't. I don't want it to hurt. That's why I hate to miss the appointment, because I don't want anything to get out of hand.
Is that all you got?
Right?
Oh my God.
Anyway, Jed.
You are the man, Jed. Thanks
wow.
for taking some time to chill with us today. We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
No, we'll get you back in.
Like I told Jill before you came in here, back in the day, I always used to call your show, and you guys would always be like, "Oh God, here we go."
Here we
Can we
go.
take you live? I don't know. Can we take-
Where's the dump button?
Right?
Oh, I always had my finger on that all the time.
It's like, should we just record him? I don't know. Let's go ahead and let's try it. We don't have time. Okay, we'll do it live.
Let's roll with it.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. And you said too, as you were pulling up, you were listening to the boys, Chick and Nick, that are back. Our latest podcast
Yeah.
for Parkville Media.
So glorious.
Oh my God,
It's the best. They have not skipped a beat.
No.
Did you
Yeah.
see their Facebook post? Where are they at on Apple Podcasts?
Oh, I
Third.
did see that. I did see
They were in
that.
third
Yeah.
place in the country,
Yeah,
or
for,
all over
for
for
sports.
all of Apple Podcast sports
Yeah, for sports.
podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
that's super amazing.
I don't know why, because they don't talk about sports.
Right. I know. They don't.
They never have. But
I don't think I ever did. Every time I called into their show, I
wasn't
Yeah.
for sports, was it?
was always cracking on somebody. So I don't know.
But yeah, he was just listening to him as he pulled up. Got to
Yeah,
hear
it's awesome. So if you're not downloading, it's chickennick.com or you can
16
go.
laughs of
Yep.
Nick Baugh.
It's hilarious.
It's awesome.
Jed, you're
Yeah.
the man. Thanks.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for,
much.
Thanks for
Thank
doing
you
what you
very
do.
much.
We appreciate it
Yes.
and coming into our show.
Absolutely.
It's Pat and JT. Follow us on Twitter. That poll's going up. Should I cut JT's hair?
No.
Answer is yes.
Absolutely no.
Thanks for listening.